bringing the people behind our food to life.
So this is a good example of some yogurts that are going to be going dated, and some fish and burritos and noodles, and this is all stuff that's going to be in a refrigerated or in a controlled environment. But however, bread and stuff still falls under the perishable grocery guidelines. It can vary or range anywhere between 3 to 4 crates, or maybe 1 or 2 depending on the day.
We pick up edible food that would otherwise be thrown away from grocery stores, restaurants, event sites, farmers markets, and we deliver it to agencies that feed the hungry. It's very simple, very basic, low tech.
I'm taking this.
Yeah, you're going to take this to us.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Okay, thanks, Craig. It's not a solution to hunger, but it goes a long way to helping a lot of people who need it, especially now. I started Urban Gleaners in 2005 after hearing a story on NPR about a woman in Cambridge, Massachusetts, who had started this kind of program, food rescue. She was unaware that there was so much food waste and so many people who were hungry. I went home and told my 2 teenage kids that we were going to find out if anybody did this in Portland, and if not, this is what we were going to do. And that's what happened. We picked up 3 containers of food from a high-end restaurant in the Pearl, and we came down to Blanchet, and Patrick Daly, who's been the house manager for many years, really welcomed us with open arms. He's an amazing guy, and it's an amazing organization. And I told him what I wanted to do, and he said, bring us whatever you've got. We'll make it work. They currently serve 700 to 900 meals a day, which is a pretty staggering feat to accomplish. As Americans, we have become so used to this perfect looking food. And so often we'll get in a batch of apples that the apples may have a blemish. They're perfectly edible. You would eat it if you had it in your home, but it's not what people will buy. So all of that food has to be discarded.
All Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are Starbucks. This is all Starbucks stuff.
It feels kind of criminal to be throwing that away and not getting it to people who could use it. In addition to the 10 agencies that we provide food to, we started a program 2 years ago to take food to kids in elementary schools who have very few resources. We are serving now about 1,200 families in these 7 schools. When I first started, the people that I would see at a lot of the agencies looked like the kind of people you would think. They're pretty down on their luck and having a pretty rough time. In the last 4 years, it has really dramatically changed. These are people who lost their jobs, trying to keep up with a mortgage if they can, or not, ended up living in their car with their kids. But I think that the majority now are people who just got hit by all that happened. That there are so many jobs that are so low paying and that you can't make ends meet. It's a very different feel to it than it used to be. This is such a reproducible model. But we really encourage people to do this themselves. We are now a 501c3. We get grant money. We get private donations. Last year, Urban Gleaners rescued 531,000 pounds of food. That's starting from 3 containers of food on a street corner 7 years ago.
We get the brown flax.
All of the profits from the granola are donated to Urban Gleaners. It's called Tracy's Small Batch Granola. It's sold at All New Seasons, Zupans, Whole Foods, restaurants around Portland, and we just got started at a store in San Francisco and a couple stores in Seattle. That funds about 1/3 at this point of Urban Gleaners.
I need 2 of the 13776.
I'm a 60s kid at heart. That was my era, and I just truly believe that this is, if one is in a position to be able to do something, which I am, this is what I would want to do. Seeing what impact we can have. If more and more people were to get up in the morning and just say, well, maybe there's some small thing that I can do where I live, that things could be better. There was a quote that we at Urban Gleaners like to remind people, which was from Mother Teresa, who knew something about helping people, which is that if you can't feed 100 people, then just feed 1. And that's sort of become our motto. We're not going to solve world hunger here. We're not even going to solve hunger in Portland, Oregon, but we're going to feed a few people. You have people out there who need food, and you have all this food that's getting thrown away. And what's the disconnect? Why would we do that?